Today we are taking a look at the top 10 upcoming games in March in a year full of exciting releases. Number 10. We have John Carpenter's Toxic Commando. This is a co-op FPS game, developed by Saber Interactive that heavily leans into the cheese, gore, and synthwave vibes of the 1980s. The game's story takes place in the near future where a scientific experiment to harness the Earth's core went wrong. It accidentally released the Sludge God, an ancient entity that turns soil into slime and people into undead husks. John Carpenter's Toxic Commando releases on the 12th of March on PC, PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, and if you're on PC, there is a limited demo live on Steam right now, running until March 2nd, 2026. Link in the description. Next at number 9, we have Slay the Spire 2, perhaps the most anticipated sequel in the indie world. Slay the Spire 2 keeps the legendary card combat core while being rebuilt in a new game engine to allow for much more complex mechanics and visual flair. The biggest surprise for the sequel is the inclusion of a 4-player co-op multiplayer mode. It enters Steam Early Access on March 5th, which features a mix of familiar faces and completely new archetypes. Slay the Spire 2's official launch is yet to be announced in March. Number 8. Mouse P.I. For Hire. This game is a visual standout and is described as Mickey Mouse meets BioShock. It uses a 1930s rubber hose animation style that makes the entire game look like a playable black and white cartoon. You play Jack Pepper, a war veteran turned private investigator, voiced by Troy Baker. The combat is fast, kinetic, and surprisingly brutal for a cartoon. Mouse P.I. For Hire releases on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S and Nintendo Switch 2. While it was originally slated for March 19th, the developers just announced a slight delay to April 16th, but will just keep it in the video anyways. Number 7. Monster Hunter Stories 3. Twisted Reflection. This is a major turn-based evolution of the franchise, stepping away from the all-ages whimsy of the first two games for a cinematic high-stakes narrative. For the first time, the main character is fully voiced. You play as Captain of the Rangers, an elite group dedicated to protecting endangered monsters from global ecological collapse. While it keeps the rock-paper-scissors, power, speed, technical, turn-based combat, Twisted Reflection introduces several other mechanics. The game releases on March 13th, 2026 on Nintendo Switch 2, PS5, Xbox Series X and S and PC. Number 6. Fatal Frame 2. Crimson Butterfly Remake. This is the crown jewel of Japanese survival horror. This isn't just a remaster, it's a ground-up reconstruction by Team Ninja, designed to make one of the scariest games ever made even more terrifying for modern hardware. You play as Mio Amakura, who follows her twin sister Moyu into the Lost Village, a place that vanished from maps years ago after a failed ritual. The remake introduces several significant changes to the classic ghost photography formula. Koei Tecmo has announced a massive crossover with Konami that introduces a Silent Hill F collaboration, which is a Day 1 DLC that provides flower-themed costumes for Mio and Moyu and a new ending as well. The game releases on the 12th of March, 2026 and a demo on March 5th, 2026 on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and a flagship title for Nintendo Switch 2. Number 5. Life is Strange Reunion. This game is being billed as the epic finale to the Max and Chloe saga. It serves as a direct sequel to Double Exposure and aims to tie up over a decade of narrative threads. Set immediately after Double Exposure, Max Cofield is still at Caledon University when she is hit by a terrifying vision, the entire campus being engulfed in a massive supernatural inferno in 3 days. For the first time, you play as both Max and Chloe, alternating between them throughout the story. The game also features larger, semi-open areas of Caledon University and the surrounding snowy landscape of Vermont. The game releases fully, with no episodic release, on the 26th of March on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and a Switch 2 version has been rumored but not officially confirmed. Number 4. Pokémon Pokopia. Pokémon Pokopia is being hailed as the Animal Crossing of Pokémon, but with a surprisingly deep survival crafting twist. Developed by Omega Force, it mixes cozy life simulation with world-building mechanics. The game is set in a desolate wasteland that you and your Pokémon companions must restore into a utopia. Pokopia also features a robust online mode for up to 4 players. The game is releasing on the 5th of March and exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2. Number 3. World of Warcraft Midnight. This is the 11th expansion for the legendary MMO and the second chapter of the Word Soul saga. It's taking players back to the ancestral home of the High Elves to battle the encroaching void. After 20 years, Blizzard has finally added a permanent player housing system, and the expansion revamps the Eastern Kingdoms into a modern, flyable continent. The game officially launches on the 2nd of March, and Blizzard is staggering the release of the most competitive content. March 17th Season 1 begins, March 24th Mythic Plus Season 1 starts, and March 31st the March on Quel'Dana's mini-raid opens. Number 2. Marathon. Bungie's highly anticipated return to its 90s roots, reimagined as a high-stakes, sci-fi extraction shooter. It's a bold departure from Destiny, trading space magic for cyberpunk neon survival and tactical PvP. You play as a runner, a biocybernetic mercenary exploring the ruins of the lost colony of Tau Ceti Ford instead of generic soldiers. You choose shell-specific archetypes with unique tactical abilities. There are 6 shells available at launch. There is no traditional single-player campaign. Instead, the story is living and evolving through your actions. The game releases on the 5th of March on PS5, Xbox Series X and S and PC with full crossplay and cross-save across all platforms. Number 1. Crimson Desert. This is a prestigious release of March 2026. After years of being a mystery, Pearl Abyss has finally locked in a global launch for March 19th, 2026. It was originally planned as an MMO. It has pivoted into a massive single-player open-world action-adventure that feels like a blend of The Witcher 3, Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, and Game of Thrones. You play as Cliff Macduff, the leader of the Greymanor mercenaries. The combat is the game's talking point. It's visceral, cinematic, and highly physical. The game releases on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and Mac OS with an M1 chip or higher. And that was all the games to look forward to in March, and others may be later on, but we do have some good ones this month. See you next time.